Alright, let's get straight to the point here. So recently, we've got our first look at Funko's upcoming wave of FNAF tie-dye merch, which consists of 5 action figures and 5 plushies. These were leaked months ago, and since then, many people, myself included, have been left in curiosity wondering, what on earth are these actually gonna look like? And now, since we have the answer to that, I can officially share my thoughts and opinions on each of the items. So, let's get started. Our journey begins 4 days ago with this video titled Licensing Expo 2022 Day 1 Highlights. So if you take a look at this little promotion video, it basically just showcases what you can expect to see at this event, but wait for it, breeze. Lord behold, we've got ourselves a Funko FNAF booth, so let's see what we've got here. Alright, there's the Freddy and Gregory statue, there's the Pint Size Hero Advent Calendar, Jumbo Rockstar Freddy, bunch of AR and Dreadbear merch, and bingo, you see it right there. There you have it, the tie-dye action figures and the plushies. Yeah, that's right, this whole thing started off with a very low-res zoom-in. So low quality, in fact, that you could barely tell what you're even looking at. Like, who's that on the right? Is that Freddy? Or is that Rockstar Freddy? And hang on, what about the fella beside him? Is that Foxy? Judging by the red there, it seems to be like it. But hang on, wait, he doesn't have an eye patch. That must make it Fandom Foxy then. Okay, but one thing's for certain, that one in the back is definitely Bonnie. But what about that thing on front of it? And things didn't get easier with the action figures, quite frankly, it got harder. You'd need to get on your 4K vision goggles to figure out who these even are. Like, what is that on the right there? Looks like an actual blob. And hang on, they're all just going in with a one color? Thankfully though, it wasn't very long until we got all of those burning questions answered, as very high quality images of all the figures and plushies came alongside just on the same day. On day 1, we got a look at all 5 of the action figures and 4 of the plushies. We'll talk about the other one later, so for now, let's focus on the action figures. Firstly, we've got your boy Freddy Fazbear coming at you once more in tie-dye form, and well, this sure does exist. But hey, I will give the figure credit where credit is due, because the color they've used here is beautiful, and I love those darker accents are, blending in there. He's not quite as tie-dye as he was in my mind when the leaks came around though, but I suppose we just gotta take it. But hey, I am a big fan of the one color that they did decide to use. Really reminds me of that of a rock, especially with all the textures for it. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm very fascinated with the likes of rocks, jewels, etc. Hell yeah, they're for all that stuff. They're reusing the classic Freddy base again, which I love to see because it is a real good base, but unfortunately Funko has yet again forgot to book an appointment to the dentist for Freddy to get all of his upper teeth yanked out. Oh, and of course, just like most of our Freddy figures, the accessory is the microphone with that tie-dye touch to it. And the next thing I want to comment on, I'm sure you can see it coming, is just the box. Again, I love it. Absolutely love it. So colorful, so vibrant, really would beam on the shelves, If there's one random thing that Funko does exceptionally well is the box design, because all the action figures, of course you got Funko Pops as well, they just know what they're doing when it comes to making boxes. So yeah, really the only other downsides to this figure is I really do think they could have went a lot more crazy with the colors there. It does look a little plain with just one color, despite the fact that it does look real nice. And any other thing is just the fact that this wave actually exists. Like, come on Funko, aren't you gonna learn that there's so many people in this community who want figures of actual characters in the game? The tons and tons of older characters you never made into figures, instead of just more recolors. You'd think they'd notice by the sales as well, because I'd like to bet that there was a substantial increase in the amount of Curse of Dreadbear plushies sold compared to the Spring Colorway plushies. Oh, and here's the back of the box before I forget to show it. So, of course, just standard stuff. You can see the other 3 non-exclusive figures from the wave, and we're now going to move on to the second one, which is Bonnie. Alrighty, so here's the tie-dye Bonnie figure, and honestly, I'm digging this one more than Freddy. The colors look much nicer, and also the use of the combination of colors is much more apparent here with purple and blue, which is always a lovely color mix. Unfortunately though, Bonnie lacks an accessory. It would have been neat to see a tie-dye guitar, but unfortunately not. Oh, and oddly enough, also at the booth, Funko was showcasing a tie-dye Bonnie figure out of the box, but not for any of the other tie-dye figures. But hey, it still is really neat to get this closer look at the tie-dye Bonnie figure. Up next is the tie-dye Chica figure, who's looking more like Dorito Chica, or Cheeto Chica, or any other brand of crisp for that matter. Yes, that's right, I said crisp. You thought I was gonna say chip, didn't ya? Well, that could be a new word to add to your vocabulary. But honestly, this figure is just not very good. Firstly, Chica's already yellow, so this figure looks pretty similar to the regular one already. And then the mix of that orange in there just looks silly, makes her look like a crisp. And although they used the same sculpt as the regular Chica figure, this face just looks worse. Maybe it's because they removed the black outline around the eyes. And another thing is that they've just totally removed the text from the bib, yet the bib's still there, so it looks pretty odd. But hey, at least we've got an accessory. Mr. Cupcake returns. But he's yellow now, so I suppose he could be like the golden cupcake from FNAF 3. Or maybe it was a half-blown attempt at honouring fellow FNAF news folk, the TNT Muffin. I don't know. Up next, we have Tie-Dye Foxy. It looks an awful lot like a Liberty Foxy. Suppose we just need a Bonnie now to have a full gang of FNAF 1 American Pride characters. It certainly is a step up from Tie-Dye Chica, but it doesn't compare to Bonnie and Freddy in my opinion. It definitely does look a little bit bland, and I think it looked much nicer in the back of the box where it has those other colours blending in. And last but not least, we've got possibly the worst of the action figures, Tie-Dye Springtrap. So, it consists of pretty much just one colour that is already pretty similar to the regular colour of Springtrap. How exciting. But hey, one really good thing though is the fact that this is the regular Springtrap base. The only other time the regular Springtrap base was used was with, well, the regular Springtrap figure, and the only way you could get the regular Springtrap figure was by buying all 5 of the Wave 1 figures, as it was the Build-A-Figure. So having this regular Springtrap base be available for just purchasing one figure would be really good for customs. You should also know that the Tie-Dye Springtrap figure is also going to be an exclusive, as indicated by the special edition sticker on there, and also because he's not on the back of the box. The special edition sticker is used for items that release outside of the US, so we can't exactly tell where it will be exclusive to in the US, but if I were to take a guess, I'm 99% gonna say that it's Walmart. And since this one has the special edition sticker, it indicates that most likely the Tie-Dye Springtrap figure is gonna release in Europe first, just like the Shamrock Freddy and Livewire Freddy figures did, so I suppose that's a win for me. On the same day as the action figures, we got a look at 4 of the 5 plushies, which are miles better than the action figures because they even have brand new bases, which is really exciting. Firstly, let's take a closer look at Freddy hanging out on the right side there, who's swagging out with a brand new base. So on this new base, you can see he has eyelids now, which I do think makes him look less cute than the original Freddy plush. But since this is a FNAF item, I guess that's a good thing. Just like Shamrock Freddy, he's rocking those same ears, aka pig patch ears. We'll say no more on that. And his eyebrows are also embroidered as well. Now, personally, I do prefer when they were physical with the original Freddy, but I suppose that means you won't run the risk of them flapping down. He's got a purple hat, like Fredbear, and a nice little purple nose as well. And then we get onto the body. Now, this is what I really mean by tie-dye. Look at how many different colors you can see there. There's like purple, sort of reddish, and browns coming in there as well. Looks so nice, and that's really what I meant by wanting things to be more tie-dye, with loads and loads of different blends of colors. Also, look at how damn soft they look as well. They're gonna be so damn cuddly. I just know by looking at these photos. Definitely not like previous waves which use metallic or scratchy material. Chica's on the front there, so she must really want to be reviewed next, so let's go ahead and do so. Now, with this Chica base, I just want to put out there right now, I love this new Chica base. Possibly even better than the Wave 1 Chica plush. And I'm sure a lot of you would be in the same boat as me there, because I know a lot of people weren't very fond of the original Chica plush. Oh, and I didn't mention when we were talking about Freddy, I would say that I do prefer the Wave 1 Freddy to the new Freddy base. But with this Chica, I think I might like this new one better. Like, check out those tufts of fur, or the feathers on this new Chica. Looks a lot neater. Got a better beak this time round. She's got eyelids as well. And she doesn't look quite as pissed off as she did first time round. I gotta say, I'm loving this pinkish red color, and you can also see yellow kind of coming in there as well, so I suppose this is sort of like a remake of the Wave 1 Chica plush, a much better remake at that. So yep, again, very satisfied with this plush. Beside Chica here, we've got old Foxy the Pirate, and personally, I don't like this new Foxy base as much as the original. Firstly, he's got a square eye patch, which is odd, and also he's got the eyelid as well, which, you know, strives away from the original Foxy plush that looked just like that in the game. For the most part though, this Foxy plush is red, which is very odd because the normal Foxy is red, so it doesn't really look much like a tie-dye plush at all. But on the legs there, you've got some tie-dye coming in there, but not very fond of this plush. It's definitely the worst from the wave. Oh, but he does have the hook, which is a random shift that Funko made with Foxy plushies last year, so I suppose that's a neat touch. And lastly, for this photo is, without doubt, my favorite tie-dye plush from this picture. We have tie-dye Funtime Foxy / pre-mangle, whatever you want to call it. This new base is phenomenal, and although it's not as cute as the original Wave 1 Funtime Foxy plush, it definitely does look really, really good because it has proper lips, unlike the original one that looked more like a tongue. It even has the bow tie as well, which the original didn't. Something else I really like is how this plush looks a lot like the Funtime Foxy plush from Help Wanted. I know this plushie isn't based off Funtime Foxy from Sis Location, but that Help Wanted plush is one that looks really, really nice, and I always wanted it to exist, and this looks pretty much like it. I love the mash of colors going on here as well, with the pinks, the blues, the whites. It just looks lovely. And that was all the photos we got from day one of that event. Now, a question that was on probably a lot of people's mind is, what about Bonnie? Because we clearly seen him in that first photo. Unfortunately, we had to wait till day 2, but we did get to see Bonnie. Firstly, we had this photo where we can again see some of the tie-dye plushies that we just talked about, but if you look on the bottom basket there, look at that, you can see hanging out in the back there. We get a higher quality look at the Bonnie, but we couldn't see him fully, but we did get our first look at him, and when I saw this base, I was like, wow, this base looks gorgeous, and look at those eyelids, giving me Rockstar Bonnie vibes. And as soon as I saw this picture, the biggest question that was burning on my mind was, does this Bonnie plush have buck teeth? Well, it didn't take me long to find out. Unfortunately not, but don't get me wrong, this is still an exceptional plush. But before we talk about the beauty that is that Bonnie plush, take a look at those other, shots we get to see of the other tie-dyes. And something super duper interesting, it's especially evident on Funtime Foxy there. On this specific Funtime Foxy, look at this, it's more pink on the face there, whilst on the last one it was blue. So each tie-dye plush is going to be slightly different with where the colors are, which is super exciting. So many combinations. Now, about that Bonnie plush. Now, I'm not sure which base I like more because I love the original Bonnie base so much, and I love this new one as well. This new plush is just amazing. It's got the same, colors going on as the action figure with the purple and blues, but this plushie just looks so much better than the action figure, and it is definitely my favorite plush from the wave. Maybe Funtime Foxy, I'm not sure, but I love the both of them, and this Bonnie plush is definitely one I'm gonna be getting as soon as it releases, and I'm so excited for it. So there you have it, folks, for all of the brand new upcoming tie-dye FNAF merch. I'm not sure when this is going to release, but probably summertime, so that's going to make for a very, very exciting and memorable release, because I just love me summer. So there you have it. Let me know, what's your favorite thing from the drop? For me, it would have to be either the tie-dye Funtime Foxy or Bonnie plushies. They are just incredible. And that's really it, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.
After Peter is an organism who fuses with Petey, the portly pig animatronic. After Peter is an insatiable hunger to rampage through the facility for several days, made himself into a vagabond simulation stage that was under repair. Construction was officially building when suddenly Peter burst in.